Welcome. With this short video, I'm going to show you how to start testing your code in a way to move towards automated testing. So we have two different stacks here created. We're going to test this array stack class. What we're going to do is right after you create a stack, we're going to check to see if the stack is empty. It should be, because a new stack usually starts with a size of 0. So we're going to just do this by saying system.printout, print line, and we're just going to print stack has number of elements, and we're just going to print the size. And we can compile this code. You see that it compiles successfully. Then we can go here to the program and right click and run it, and you see that it says stack has number of elements 0. That looks good. We can copy this code, copy, paste. We change it here to stack 2. And I'm just going to say stack 2 and put stack 1 so we know which one is switch. Compile again. I'm going to run it again, right click, run file. You see stack 1 has a number of elements 0, stack has a number of elements 0. This works, this is good. The problem is you have to look at this mess in the output here and say, wait, this is 0, is that correct? It just says that it has 0. It doesn't say if it is supposed to be 0. So why don't we do the following? Why don't we say if stack 1 size equals 0, and what we're going to do here is we're just going to change this message to say stack 1 was initialized correctly, and then we're going to do an else statement that says system print line problem initializing stack 1. Okay, so what I've done here is I put a condition in the code right here that lets me print two messages. Basically, the condition is going to check and see if the stack is correct. Then we just print a message that says so. If the stack is wrong, then we print a different message. So I'm going to compile the code. Hit compile. I'm going to right click here on the file, run it, and you will see that it says stack 1 was initialized correctly. So the idea that we've done is we've created this condition that basically states that this has to be true for this to be correctly. This type of condition is usually called an assertion. And in case you didn't know what an assert was, an assert is a statement of fact with confidence. I'm stating that this is true at this point with force, very positively clear that that's the case. So what we're doing here is we're setting an assertion. We're declaring that if it's 0, it's correct. Otherwise, it's wrong. The idea of testing your code, and testing a data structure in particular, is one of placing assertions throughout your code. Basically, one of saying, at this point in my code, if size is 0, I assert that the stack is working correctly. Let's take a look really quick at some things that happens when you have a stack. When you first allocate it, size is 0 and it's true is empty is true. So those two things have to be true for the stack to be working correctly. When you add a new element, now the size is 1 and is empty is false, and peak should return the element that we just added. Now you can write testing after adding one element that will assert these three things. If you add one more element, you will see that the previous size, before you add the other element, plus 1 should be equal to the current size. And is empty should be false. Peak should be equal to the new element added, etc. So the idea of testing data structure is identifying these states. These blue circles are states, and identifying assertions, which are the conditions you see inside, and you sprinkle them throughout your code. so that you can then run your code and see in your output if the assertions are true or not. Now, what's even more interesting is that there is a tool that allows you to do this, and it's called JUnit, and it's a tool built for doing unit testing. And I'll show you how to do that in the next video.